viewers, welcome you all to the 28th edition of the Mysore Sport YouTube channel. Adventure sport is very popular throughout the world. Mysore is a very important place for adventure sport activities in Karnataka state. We have with us today on our 28th episode Srimati Rukmini Chandran, a certified trainer from the National Adventure Foundation, and she is the director of the National Adventure Foundation Karnataka unit. She is a very experienced certified trainer in adventure sport, which has different types of adventure sports activities like rappelling, mountaineering, river rafting, parasailing, and she has been conducting these events for almost 3 decades in and around Mysore and the Karnataka state. She started up in the beginning encouraged by her husband Mr. Chandran, who was the first hang glider in the state, and later on she took up to the activities and has been conducting it until now. On behalf of the Mysore Sport YouTube channel, I welcome her for this 28th episode.
Thank you for inviting me as a guest for today's Mysore Sports YouTube channel, sir.
Thank you, Srimati Rukmini Chandran. You have been an experienced adventure trainer in Karnataka, and tell us how adventure sport can be popularized in Mysore, and Mysore having so much of facilities for adventure sport. Do you think much can be done by the government?
Yeah, Mysore has been a father or mother, whatever you call it, for the adventure sports, sir. First hang glider was flown in Mysore, first parasailing was conducted in Mysore, and first paragliding and microlight flying and gliding, all that adventure sports, and even rock climbing has been. We had Mr. Govindarajan, who was my instructor, who went for Mount Everest first time, base camp first time. And we have
Deccan Mountaineering League.
Deccan Mountaineering League. He is my instructor. So we have adventurous people in Mysore actually. And Chamundi Hill, if you see, thousands of people every day, that has been their hobbies to climb Chamundi Hill steps. So going up and down Chamundi Hill trekking and all that, from our childhood we have been practicing it, and we are blessed to be in Mysore, sir. And adventure sports, it has taken birth in Mysore. But today it's not happening due to some technical reasons, or no encouragement from the government and all these things.
Do you think further it can be more? It can be widely popularized with popular schemes, bringing in more and more youngsters into it and popularizing it by way of only during Dasara we find Varuna Canal being used, yeah, and some water sports being introduced. Otherwise, it should be a regular activity. Don't you think like that? Definitely,
sir. We have a runway, we have an airfield here where Mysore Maharaja they built that airport, Mysore airport. So those days, what I am telling you, about 40 years when we were students, we used to do the gliding through NCC. NCC cadets, they come only from the village side.
Correct.
All poor people. We used to get free flying. What is aircraft and how to fly, what is piloting and things like that. We used to get free pilot training. Today it is not there. We used to get free training, even PPL, to do our private pilot license and commercial pilot license from Government Flying Club, Bangalore. We used to get free opportunities. Today it is not there. We used to get lots of encouragement, which is not there today, sir. Definitely it has to be, bring it back to Mysore.
So now, see, you have started with Almanac Adventure Club in the 90s, and then you went on to go and do a stint with the Karnataka government with the Getana project, and then you have started your own, now seeing your activities throughout Karnataka. The National Adventure Foundation based in Delhi have put you as a director.
Yeah.
Tell us how you took up to adventure and what made you to take up adventure sport.
Sir, adventure sports is entirely different from the normal sports. It teaches you to be a leader. Actually, all that leadership qualities, self-confidence and communication, cooperation, coordination, how to live with the team, these things, it teaches you with the adventure sports. Adventure sports used to be only for the defense people and NCC and police department.
Certain people,
yeah. And in 1989, state wanted to introduce adventure sports to the local civil youth, so that the youths also should get that leadership qualities. So General Timaya Academy, they started in the year 89. So they encouraged us to start youth clubs so that we can collect youths and give it to them. They are ready to give us the equipment and instructors. So that's how Almanac Adventure started. And it was my hobby to continue my adventure sports passion, doing trekking and rock climbing, rappelling and all that. So that's how Almanac Adventure started. So we were doing those days only, they used to get sponsored from Jilla Panchayat and Government of Karnataka, Government of India also they used to give. And there was no private adventure clubs those days, and there was no encouragement also. We used to conduct only through this Chamundi VR stadium, so like that stadium, every district has got district stadium. So they
the Department of Youth Empowerment and Sport.
Yeah, and Nehru Yuka Kendra for rural youth. So for them, I used to go and conduct as an instructor. And for General Timaya Academy, myself and my husband, we worked as an instructor because my husband was in NCC. He was deputed to General Timaya Academy to train the youth. So that's how I got into this Youth Services and Sports Department. I worked there. Then after 10-15 years, I felt I should start my own independently. When private schools and IT companies started in 2004,
correct.
Then the encouragement for the
boom went.
Yes, adventure sports and adventure outbound training, a new technique, that is adventure outbound training, which has been given for a IT company.
Correct.
See, IT company, they got lots of mental stress due to the work in front of the computer, 24 hours they work.
Correct.
So the company people, most of them are foreigners. They felt it's very important to them to, their employees to spend time in nature. So weekend they started sending the team
batches.
Team outing to the company so that they go out, enjoy and learn something. So that's how adventure outbound training it started. And 2004, I gave my support, adventure instructors and equipments to NAF, National Adventure Foundation, Karnataka chapter. At that time, one Colonel Babu Jaj was there. So I gave around 2 to 3 years, I gave them a support. So in the center, they liked our quality, whatever we were giving. So they offered us, Karnataka can have one more chapter. So Karnataka, 2 chapter, they made our Almanac Adventure nest.
That they get more into activities like this?
It's very important for children to introduce this adventure, adventure sports at the age of around 8 to 10 years. Because we used to go and visit our villages, our grandparents, and we used to enjoy our time in villages. We know how a seed can become a tree or a plant. But today's children, they don't know paddy is a tree or a plant because they are not exposed to the villages and they are not exposed to the nature. Always inside the house, in front of the computer or a mobile, and they are inside the house. So, and everybody has got one child, and they are very protective of children. They don't want to send their children for a sports also. They don't want them to be active, which is very bad. And
so health aspect wise,
it's taking toll on their mental growth and even physical growth. And to face today's challenging life, they have to be adventure.
So what are the different types of adventure activities which you conduct?
We have trekking in Western Ghats and trekking at Chamundi Hill. And Chamundi Hill is a beautiful trekking spot. Actually, we have a rock climbing spot also in Chamundi Hill, but we are not getting permission here. And in lakes we can do this kayaking and country rafting.
Correct.
And we are the one who popularized this country rafting, that raft, and if you want to buy a raft and do the rafting in Kaveri river. We used to do 2004, the water used to be good to do the whitewater rafting, but due to this canals they have built for irrigation department, we have very less water and everywhere the boulder, and we are not able to do this whitewater rafting in Kaveri river here in Srirangpatna. We used to do before. So lakes we have been using it, kayaking we are doing, and we are building a raft using bamboo and tubes. That has been used as a OBL also, adventure outbound training. We are giving them to build a raft as a team in different groups.
Teach them how to do it.
Yeah, how to do it, and given time as a team how they work to build a raft, and that raft has to work. They should show us taking into the water, and we will give them all the safety, life jackets and all that. So we popularize this tube rafting, which is very cheaper. They don't need to invest so much of money on that, and tubes are available bamboo is available. Any floods or anything, if they want to save somebody, they can use that. So that's how we have been doing it for a rural youth. Then other than that, we got a rock climbing and rappelling. Kunti Betta, it's just 40 kilometers from here. We have got very good rocks.
Yeah, very nearby.
Yeah, and we have chimney climbing, we have, and zip line we have, and jummering we have, and they have a lake also there. Water activities like kayaking and country rafting, what I said, we are conducting. And also in
aero sports.
Yeah, aero sports we have parasailing. But before in Mandakalli airfield, it was a very ideal this thing that has been developed into airport now. We are not getting any permission, but there is a place. We don't want any runway to use for a parasailing. We want a just plain ground in front of that NCC hangar where there is a place. If they give that place, we can do lots of aero sports like parasailing we can do, paragliding we can do, hot air ballooning we can do, paramotoring we can do. When they are given place for a private flying club to do flying, they can give adventure clubs, registered adventure clubs, charging them a limited fee. They can allow us. We'll follow all the discipline, whatever they want, and safety.
So this comes under the jurisdiction of the Airport Authority of India.
Sir, they say DGCA, but DGCA they take land and give it to Airport Authority to develop airports. But here, tourism should come forward. Tourism Ministry, they should come forward to popularize this adventure sports department and tourism. They should work.
Do you think more encouragement is needed from the local tourism board?
Yeah.
Which is placed in Mysore?
Yeah.
They should take the initiative to coordinate with you, such type of people, you are available, senior people, and see that adventure activities are popularized.
In the airport, MP should take initiative. MP, because this comes under central government.
Correct.
So state and central and local, they should work together.
Correct.
To do something for the youth today. As I told you, lakhs and lakhs of people, we learned piloting, gliding and microlight free of cost. Today, if you want to do, we have to spend lakhs
of rupees. Yeah.
And gliding has been treated as a royal sports in UK. That has been closed today. NCC, they have closed that gliding. So whatever we had, that has been closed. To open it, we take so much of time. They've closed it within no time. So today the youths are just deprived.
So it's most necessary to the Member of Parliament from Mysore to intervene and see that permission is given and adventure activities go on smoothly in aerosport.
Yeah. Now they are allotted Film City area.
Okay.
Same way like that, they should allot adventure sports park. Adventure park they can have, where there is a lake, there is adjacent to Chamundi Hill, they have a...
So here town planning and mood plays a very important role.
Yeah.
So that when modernized sport and adventure sport comes into picture, they can make
as a adventure park.
Nice thing. Yeah. Thanks for coming and talking to us and giving us an insight on adventure activities and being a director of the National Adventure Foundation. You are doing a wonderful job. Wish you all success in the days to come, and wish many youngsters take up this cue and many women folk come and take up to adventure activities in the days to come.
Thank you so much for inviting me for this.